This is Corey Willis with PPEI, and you're listening to the Diesel Podcast.
I'm Adam Blattenberg from Diesel World.
Hi, this is Dan, owner of Dan's Diesel Performance.
I'm Christian Roth of BD Diesel.
I'm Braden Fleece, and you're listening to the Diesel Podcast.
Dylan, welcome to the Diesel Podcast. I'm excited to be able to chat with you today and talk about some things in diesel and just be able to chat about our passion for trucks and diesel performance and making these vehicles that we love even better.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's something that us at Performance have wanted to do for a while, and just to get our name out there and really what we're about and what we do. So I think it's a great opportunity.
Yeah, it was for any of our listeners out there that haven't seen is I wanted to have you kind of just tell us about Steven, tell us about yourself, your company, just everything that's happened and how you guys are doing and plans that you guys have for the future and what you guys want to keep doing there at Proformance Diesel.
Yeah, so me and Steven started out. He was actually one of my customers. And the old owner of Proformance, things weren't going well, and Steven kind of saw that and decided to buy from him and take it over. And that from the first time me and Steven met, we just clicked, and we both had this same vision. We wanted to change the industry. We wanted to kind of be the outcast, and we grew so fast. We went from a 1,700 square foot shop to now we have a 17,000 square foot facility, and it's just our dreams are been coming true for everything that we've been wanting to do. One of the main things that we take pride on is L5P Dynomite, and we literally just broke a record last Friday, the first compound L5P to hit over 1,000 horsepower on complete stock bottom end. It was something that me and Steven been working on for a very long time, so it meant a lot to me and everybody here at the shop. So that was great. But yeah, getting back to him taking over the business, it's been a little over 2 years, and we've grown from having 3 employees total to 14, and we're growing tremendously. I am continuing on with the business because it's what Steven would have wanted. The Proformance will stay open. We're keeping all of our employees, and honestly, right now we're doing record-breaking sales that we've ever done. So it means a lot to me, and this business has been my baby. I started in 2014 with the old owner, and then I walked away for a little bit and then came back and hit it hard. And ever since, it's been, every bit of my passion to be the leaders and, something in the diesel community, and L5Ps is where we took it. So it's been a wild roller coaster.
It was something like when the L5Ps hit, it was just so exciting to see how the market, especially the GM fans out there, embraced it and the potential that the platform had. And I think that's when I first came across you guys and in Steven's truck, and it had come up on some other podcasts, some power numbers and some things that that he was working on. And we had planned on doing an episode. I really wanted to talk about, that truck and the power that it was making. And it was, I want to say around, it was March or April. And I had never chatted with you guys, and Steven had sent in an email to us. And he said, "Hey, I love the podcast. I love what you guys are doing, and I want to help in any way that I can." And it was a really, kind of that time this year was just, it was tough. I think that's kind of right when the pandemic was hitting, and everyone was freaking out pretty much every industry in the economy was like, whoa, what's going on? And, our lives were changing so much. And it was something that really inspired us because, he just wanted to help us. He wanted to make sure that the content and the reason that people listened, was still there, and people, had extra time on their hands, or, there's a lot of things that have changed this year with the free time and, where we can go and can't go and all that kind of stuff. And it lit a fire for us and just inspired us at a difficult time. And that was my kind of first introduction to you guys. And, then over the last couple weeks or month or so, just seeing all the support and all the people that have, been reaching out and talking about the things that you guys have done. And we all love these trucks, and you guys do stuff with them and help people love them even more, which is, I think, why we're all, into diesel trucks, or into trucks in general, or just motorsports.
Right, definitely. Yeah, and the thing that was kind of scary in the beginning when this whole platform dropped was the price. I mean,
yeah,
you were going from being able to get 600 horsepower on your LML, it would cost you about $6,000, and you got to have a bit of that just to get these trucks tuned. But the power to dollar amount is insane. You can do a simple tune and ECM and TCM, and the truck's at 600 horsepower to the wheels. Yeah. It's insane. And that's the thing that was kind of scary, was like, are people going to want to spend this kind of money? We were thinking people weren't going to want to buy it and wait until the price came down. And, it did a little bit, but you start to work with people who care a lot more. Not saying it's the people that have money and don't have money. It's more the people that, they're willing to spend the money to do it right. They call in and say, hey, this is what I want to make, this is what I want to do. And the dollar figure never was a factor for these types of customers. You don't get a bunch of people who are trying to pinch pennies and take the easy way out and, do it how we say, and you'll get what you want. And, I think we proved that a lot. And we have so much support from everybody in the industry reaching out, because Steven, in a short amount of time, he changed a lot of people's lives, and he was the best person for support. He would work till 3-4 a.m. on his phone just helping people on Facebook, and that's another thing that I loved about him so much, is that it didn't matter if you were one of our customers or somebody else in the industry. He was willing to help anybody. I can't tell you how many trucks we went and picked up from other shops.
I think that's what's really important, especially now, is like before, you think way back, into diesel performance, it was, we're kind of divided between, are we Ford, GM, Ram, which engine type, that kind of stuff. But really, motorsports in general, and what we can do with these vehicles and a lot of things that are going on out there, we really all have to band together in a way. And, we see that a lot with events and, competitions like UCC and a bunch of other ones where there's a lot of competitors helping each other out. And I think one thing I'm really looking forward to is, like you mentioned, is having companies and people and leaders that want to help the community, because the community is what keeps us all going, what's going to keep this going, what's going to keep the enthusiasts there. So I'm really looking forward to that. And the things you guys have done, on that front, I think has really inspired a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. And Steven was all for helping everybody in the industry in any kind of way that he could. He's a very smart guy. He owns a couple other businesses that are IT tech businesses, and I got around to asking, like, why don't we just do our own tuning? Why don't we do it? You have the brains, and he was really good with tuning the LS stuff. So, coming from the EFILIVE into HP tuners, he picked it up quick, and he was like, I could do it, but I want to keep it in the industry. That's one thing that was big to him. And keeping the money in the industry is what we all need to do right now. There's some people out there that, think otherwise, but, he was one of those people that were like, no, because if we keep, if we keep placing orders for them, it's going to keep the industry alive. And the industry took a big hit, and that's when we wanted to start changing some things, just being straight up with different businesses, hey, your product, here's the flaws we found in it, and here's what we would suggest to do, or hey, can we send it back to you, make some changes, you send it back, and we'll see how it does. So that, data and testing, dyno runs. Steven bought a Superflow from UCC, and then we have a DynoJet here at the shop that we use, and every single product that we have ever sold to a customer, we have tested first and shown a difference. It's not just some pretty piping under a hood. We would show graphs of before and after, and really speak to people and show them the difference, and what they were getting their money's worth is what was huge too. It's some of the things that he loved to keep in the industry, and it meant a lot to him.
You were telling me before we started the podcast about a really cool event, some things that you're working on, and a lot of support that you guys are getting for, a way to honor Steven. And I wanted to ask you for some more details on that, what you guys are looking at doing, towards the end of this year, beginning of next year, to do that.
Yeah, so with California and the whole COVID thing, they're really not even letting us do a big funeral. It's going to be just close family and stuff like that. So I was like, man, I have to do something. So I got on the phone to a local track owner. It's called Kern County Raceway Park. They've held a few events there, and let him know what had happened. And Steven actually had a meeting with him a few weeks before he passed away. And this guy was just blown away by it, like in shock. And he was like, I want to do everything I can to help you out. I told him I wanted this event to honor him. So we don't have a set date yet, but that's something that we're working on. It will be in February. There'll be dyno runs, a big burnout pit, and truck show. So I have Jay from Banks is helping me a lot with that, because it's going to take a lot of my own time I need to put into the business to get everything together for it, and he has helped out so much. He's basically going to take all the weight off of my shoulders and do it himself, rather than me being pulled away from, now I am, taking the business over and having to run everything by myself. My free time is gone. So it's been great that we have so many people wanting to help, and a lot of other businesses in the industry are going to come and set up booths and help wherever they can. I'm getting Steven's whole family. His kids were definitely motorheads as well. So, that's big to me that his kids will be there and get to see that. So we just did an event out there a few months back, and I don't know, I'm sure you saw it, the video that Banks posted. We did about a 7-minute burnout in an LML, and everything was just glowing red. And we did 2 of them back to back, and the truck never died. I mean, it was insane to me. And we were watching EGTs and everything, and had all the data going on the data monster, and the guys at Banks were just blown away about how much abuse that truck could take, and still no damages. So, that's one of the things that he loved to do. And so that's what I'm really putting together for him to honor him, and just the things that he loved to do on a daily basis. So
you definitely have to keep us updated on that. That sounds like it's going to be really, really cool, and just to see, a bunch of companies and enthusiasts together, and see some really cool trucks. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait. We're looking to have at least 2,500 to 3,000 people there. So and it'll be a night show, so it'll be pretty cool. I definitely can't wait for it, and everybody's been asking me around the whole community, you know, hey, what are we going to do for Steven? Hey, is there going to be anything? Can we go to his funeral? I thought he talked to a lot of people until he passed, and everybody came to me. I was like, my phone was blown up for probably the first week of people just reaching out. So it's been very nice, you know, to have that kind of support. And Steven, not only, you know, we were business partners, but we were best friends. You know, he was the first person I talked to in the morning, the last person I talked to when I went to sleep. You know, he was always asking how my family was doing, and he was that kind of family friend to everybody here. So when it happened, it kind of shook us all, and it's been super tough, but I'm doing what I know he would want me to do, and that's continue forward and not let it get the best of me. And that's what I had to do. I went straight back into work mode. We were closed down for 14 days because I got COVID, and so on top of that, you know, this happened right within my last few days of having to quarantine, and it was super tough. Coming back to work that next Monday and, you know, getting all the guys back together. And but we have a really, really good group of people here, and all my employees, you know, I love them to death. I would do anything for them, and they would do it right back. So, yeah, as far as Proformance, it's been going really good.
What are some ways that people can help? You know, anyone that's listening, you know, if they need help with truck parts, or they're thinking of a build, or, you know, whether they're local to you guys or they're not, and they're just like, hey, I want to reach out, I want to, you know, help in any way that I can, or hey, I want to, you know, do some stuff to my truck.
Yeah. I mean, once I get this event planned and a set date, we'll be putting some stuff up out there on our site and Facebook groups and stuff like that for promotional things if somebody wants us to help sponsor, or you know, anything like that for this event. That's what we're gonna do. You know, like I said, it's not, I'm not doing this event to make money. It's all just to get everybody together in the industry, have everybody come out and, you know, honor him. So it's going to be big. I can't wait for it.
It's going to be exciting, and especially, you know, with L5P stuff, it's just, I think that was one of the things that really, it really captivated me to see what you guys do with it, but then also your customers. You know, there's a lot of, like, on Instagram and Facebook, you guys have a lot of passionate fans. And I think that's a testament to, you know, the way that you guys do business, and just the way you approach everything, is how passionate people are that they, you know, have gotten parts from you guys, or took their truck there, or, you know, have gotten to know you. And that's something really cool. And it's so unique about Diesel, is to see that no matter where we're at in the country, or even in North America, is the amount of support and, you know, loyalty we have to companies, to people, to, you know, a build. And, you know, a lot of times we don't know, you know, we're not the experts. You know, we might have the truck and we might have a vision for it, but, you know, we lean on shops and lean on you guys to be able to tell us, hey, this is the way to do it. Or, you know, I built a truck this way, and, you know, we found when we reached this point, we needed to change this up, so I can save you a bunch of money by, you know, just going this direction from the start. And you know, that loyal customer base is something that I know that you guys have, and it's something that's really special in the diesel community.
Yeah, and with the L5P, we were trying to attack every aspect of it. We're building a race truck. We just delivered a brand new truck over to Kibitech. Ryan from Kibitech's building a one-off full tube frame pre-runner truck. So with the L5P in it, it's going to be wicked. Between me, Ryan, and Steven, we sat down and planned this build together, and that thing is going to be insane. So it's probably going to be another 8-9 months before it's done, but yeah, that truck is going to make a big statement. We were going to build it for SEMA, but I don't know if that's in the plans anymore. We did have a couple other builds. We had a bus that we found on Craigslist, and Steven sent me to go get it because it was close to me for $5,000, and we turned this bus. It had a LMM in it, and you know, we tuned it and put a turbo, some injectors and stuff in it, and then it's getting fully built right now for just a show vehicle. It's on air ride, and it has 815s in the back of it, so this thing is going to be ridiculous when it's done. But I mean, like little builds like that, I mean, he loved off the wall stuff. So and even after he passed, I had all these people reaching out like, hey, Steven bought this for me. Do you still want it? Do I ship it? What are we going to do? I found out a couple of weeks ago he bought a fire truck just to have, you know, for fun. Just crazy things like that, man, that he was definitely into. So that's kind of where we clicked, is just our off the wall ideas, and seeing them all come to life is pretty amazing.
Well, it was great to be able to chat with you, Dylan, and be able to connect, and we chat a little bit on, you know, Instagram and email and stuff. But you know, I wanted to make sure that, you know, we had you on, and we're able to talk about, you know, Steven and Proformance and the things that you guys have done and are going to keep doing in the diesel community, and I look forward to seeing, you know, that event and helping to cover it and talk about it and everything else, and you know, anything we can, you know, ever do to help, or you know, you guys got a cool build or truck or some more L5P stuff, definitely let us know. And like I said, I appreciate you coming on today and chatting with us and telling us more about Steven.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the phone call and you reaching out. As you know, this is something that Steven wanted to do for a long time as well. So when this event happens, you know, everybody throughout the industry who matters will be there. So it's heartwarming. So I can't wait for that. And you know, I just really appreciate you reaching out and getting to tell everybody a little bit more about Steven and you know, what his position was here and the things that he did. I mean, I could talk for days, but yeah, it's good just to share a little bit of his life and his life in the industry.